Hey everyone, this is Prattski. Now, I've gotten a number of people asking me about this board that I had shown in my Kingdom Death Monster organizational video. And they were asking, oh yeah, what are the dimensions of all the different pieces here and the board in the back and everything. So I thought I would take this time just to quickly run through what I did with this. I will preface it with, this was not something that was over-engineered. I really just took pieces of wood that I had and kind of used the widths that they were and just whipped up a board. I wasn't, actually when I made it, I hadn't even gone probably further than, I don't know, maybe 6, 7, 8 lantern years into a campaign. So I didn't even know how much space that I would need for everything once you really get towards the end. So there's a lot of room for improvement here. So I'm not going to give you all of the nitty-gritty specifics. I'll just talk about some of the design ideas that I had with this, and you can take it from there, and I know you can make it better if you're going to try to make something. But we'll start with the backboard here. So IKEA used to sell these bundles of scrap wood for $5 to $10, and I bought a couple of them just to have some scrap around that I could use for different projects or different, whatever. And this board was one of the pieces that was in there. So this width was fixed. It was a little bit longer than this, and so I cut it down to size. But yeah, so this is just a piece of IKEA scrap wood. The height on this thing is 34.5 inches, and the width is 25 inches. So again, there's flexibility there. You can kind of do whatever. The base of this thing, nothing complicated here. I just took a 2x6 board, and I cut this wrong the first time. I meant to cut it at the front, but I just put it on a table saw and angled the blade, I don't know, 15 degrees or so, and then just ran it through, moving the blade a little bit as we went so that it created a width that was what I needed for this board. I didn't want to attach it. I wanted it to be loose so that it had more flexibility. So that's kind of nice. It can easily be disassembled. And on the boards in the middle here, so I just took some boards that I had that were part of an IKEA shelf and cut them into, well, cube, if you're looking at it this way, just equidistant square sticks. And I ran it through a router. I have a router bit that I was able to shave off some of this here. I don't know if you can see that too good a detail or not, but I wanted to make a little lip right here so that the cards couldn't easily come out. Not that they really would, but I just wanted to make sure that they wouldn't. So I did that. Also on all of these shelves here, I put a bead of silicone caulk so that the cards wouldn't fall through, just in case. Okay, so then let's talk about distances and design ideas. So I wanted to be able to not have the big board that comes with it for the settlement phase. This is plenty. It walks you through all the different steps for the process. This right here is the random settlement event deck, and what I usually do is just keep the whole deck there, because why not have it in one spot instead of multiple spots. Just shuffle it up when we're done with the last settlement phase, and then just draw the top card and leave it displayed for the phase. Okay. Then this part right here is for the innovations, as you can see. And the distance that I did, I believe, was about 4 inches. Yep, so it's 4 inches from the bottom of the shelf here to the top here, and that's plenty of room. You could probably even lessen it a little bit if you wanted to. But what I realized was that this really isn't enough. Once you get further into a campaign, you're going to have a lot more of these cards that you need space for. So I don't have enough space, so what I've ended up doing is just starting to put them across the top, or start putting them here and move these up. So it's definitely a kind of a design flaw for a later game. I did think about maybe putting making just a little piece of wood that I could stick in here that would have a little shelf so that I could double up in some spots, but again, I don't know. That's for you to figure out. The spacing for these, for the settlement location cards, is just under 8.5 inches. And again, there's flexibility there, so you can kind of do what you want with that. But that really is all there is to it. You know, even the top here, I didn't need to have the wood going all the way up because that works just fine. I don't know if the camera's picking up on that, but it's, you know, it's sticking over the top, but that's not a big deal. But as you can see, I mean, it's not perfect, but it also doesn't take a lot of effort or thought just to get something up that ends up working out a lot nicer than taking up as much table realty as all of this stuff would normally do. So yeah, really that's it. All you got to do is measure these cards, make sure you got enough space for all the different elements that you want in here. You know, and I've even seen some people come up with some cool ideas too of little extensions for maybe holding the settlement record sheet, other survivor sheets that you've got going on. I mean, there's a lot of things you can do, but this is simple. I just whipped it up, and hopefully that helps. If you have any other questions, I mean, I'd definitely be happy to answer. But otherwise, that's it. That's the Kingdom Death Monster settlement phase vertical board. All right, see you next time.